Good evening, sports fans. I'm Derek Andre alongside Greg Dallinger, and you're tuned in to live Wabash College Little Giants basketball here on Wabash TV. You're in for a good one tonight, folks. Kenyon College, the Lords, they're in town, 6-8, 3-4 in the NCAC to take on your Little Giants. They're at 8-6 on the year, but only 2-5 in the conference. Greg, this is a great time for Wabash to get back on track.
Absolutely. It's a critical three-game homestand coming up here for the Little Giants, and really need to start piling up some wins to start climbing the conference rankings before going at Worcester, at Wittenberg after this 3 games. So time to get the new year started right for the Little Giants and get going at home.
Daniel Pavlidis up to 17.5 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, nearly averaging a double-double. Greg, what does he mean to this Wabash team?
Well, the offense all starts with Dan Pavlidis. You know that he's going to get his points and his rebounds every game. You know Johnny Jager's usually up there too. So who's the third man going to be tonight for the Little Giants? We've seen Duncan Roy do it. We've seen Austin Burton do it. We've seen Ben Stakowski do it. So it's that third option is really what the Little Giants need to get things going on the right track.
Their last home contest against Denison, Wabash beat the Big Red 80-66. That was a great game. You caught it right here on Wabash TV. Daniel Pavlidis, scored 18 of his game-high 27 points. He led Wabash in scoring. He scored those 18 in the second half. He was 9 of 11 in the second half. That was a great number, Greg. Great to see the big guy go out and do that well.
Well, he always shoots such a high percentage. As long as he can get the ball in position, almost all the time he puts it in the hole. So, you know, working the ball inside to him early, and if they double or triple teaming, it's up to the other guys to make some open shots.
In their last game, Wabash lost on the road 88-76 against the Battling Bishops of Ohio Wesleyan. Ben Stakowski, the freshman, had a stellar game, 22 points. That's his season best, his career best, actually. Evan Frank had a season-high 17 points and grabbed 14 rebounds in the loss. Greg, what does Wabash need to do going forward? You know, you're getting production out of guys like Stakowski and Frank and Pavlidis, but where do they need to be more consistent? Do they need to go to the boards more? Why is Wabash at only 2-5 when they're getting these kind of numbers from freshmen?
Well, I think it has to do with, you know, getting it consistently night in and night from everyone in the flow of the offense. We've seen guys sort of come up and have a big game and then not do so well the next time out. So I think as the freshmen get more and more experience and they really, as a unit, getting used to playing together, they're going to get more cohesive in the second half as they get more games under their belt. And I think this is going to be a tough Little Giant team to beat once they put it all together.
Wabash owns a 31-10 advantage all time versus the Lords tonight. They are 26-6 when playing the Lords in North Coast Athletic Conference games. Remember, Wabash joined the league in 1999. The Little Giants won both contests last year. We're going to take a short break here on Wabash TV. We'll be right back with starting lineup, some last minute pregame thoughts from Greg here, and the tip-off here of the Lords of Kenyon College versus your Wabash College Little Giants on Wabash TV.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you're primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Conveniently located in the heart of campus, the Wabash College Bookstore is your first, best source for showing your Little Giant pride. From clothing for him or her, to hats, accessories, gifts, school supplies, and more, the bookstore has it all. Whether you're an alumnus, student, parent, or just a fan, come and visit us to find that special something for the Wabash person in your life. Wabash always fights.
We're back here in Chadwick Court. Derek Andre alongside Greg Dallinger. You're about ready to catch a great one here in the NCAC North Coast Athletic Conference. Wabash College, you see it there on your screen. Wabash College taking on the Lords of Kenyon. Wabash led by head coach Kyle Brummett. Kenyon led by their head coach Dan Priest out of Gambier, Ohio. See a door there. Not the Kenyon's team. They're taking the floor. Not really sure why we're getting a shot of a door, but hey, it's great. Greg, you pointed something out to me in the break, and I think that maybe we ought to bring this up to the. I think this is interesting.
Well,
what we're talking about.
If you look at the Kenyon roster, it's always one of my favorite ones to see during the year is Kenyon and Oberlin. And the question is, how many people actually from Ohio are on the roster? And for Kenyon College, it's just Chris Link, the 6'6" junior from Hinckley, Ohio. Everyone else from outside. Obviously, Kenyon has a national draw school, very good academically. My brother was a graduate of there in 2003. But it's always interesting to see there's actually more people from San Francisco than from Ohio on the Kenyon College roster.
Well, Greg, I suppose we have a question for you, sir. I hear there's some news in your life that's worth talking about. So,
well, I guess it's official now. I got engaged over the holidays, so keeping me honest there.
Yeah. Hey, well, from all of us to you and the fiance, Greg, congratulations. We wish you all the best. At any rate, you're seeing the pep band walk in there. They've done a great job thus far this year. Perhaps small in number, but
large in volume.
Large in volume and large in heart.
Absolutely. Love the pep band.
Kenyon tonight, 6-8, 3-4 in the NCAC. Not the strongest team, but they do have two actually really, really good players this year. In the guard, Tim Connolly, and the senior center, Brian Comley. Connolly averaging 19.3 points a game and 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Comey averaging 15.5 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, and roughly half an assist a game. Greg, those are two guys that you got to watch out for.
Absolutely. And last game out, Brian Comey had 30 points against Denison. So, they can both fill up the score sheet. It's going to keep the defense busy, and got to pay attention to those two guys.
It's going to be an interesting matchup to see.
Absolutely.
Between either Evan Frank or Marcus Camrath, whoever's playing that low post for the Little Giants, and Comey. And you got to figure he's going to be down low, and Wabash is going to have to watch out for foul trouble tonight.
Absolutely. It's luckily we got some depth with Logan White and Evan Frank and Marcus Camrath and Dan Pavlicious. So we've got enough size, but you don't want to get in too early of foul trouble and make his life too easy.
Let's look at some standings right now from the North Coast Athletic Conference. Ohio Wesleyan and Worcester tied atop the conference at 6-1. Hiram at 5-2. You see it there on your screen. Wabash at in the basement right now. They're 2-5 coming into today's game. There's a lot of teams there just within striking distance of the Little Giants. They're only a game back of Kenyon and Oberlin, the two teams that have more players from outside of Ohio than they do from inside of Ohio.
Well, and a couple results from earlier today. Ohio Wesleyan beat DePauw 74-67. Denison beat Allegheny 75-59, and Oberlin beat Hiram 75-67. So Hiram started off the season 5-1. At a couple games ago, we had Wesleyan, Worcester, and Hiram all at 5-1. Well, Hiram got lost to Worcester 100-69 at Worcester, and then they lost again today at Oberlin. So Hiram's starting to fall down the rankings. It's really a big game for the Little Giants today to get out of the basement, obviously with both Allegheny and DePauw losing to drop to 2-6. You don't want to be down with those guys. And, playing Kenyon today and then DePauw, always a big game. records never matter there, so it'd be nice to stick one to the Dannies on Wednesday.
Not a ton of fans here tonight. The students are still you know, trickling back from the winter break, but you can expect a lot of them Wednesday night. We'll have the game Wednesday, DePaul Wabash, right here in Chadwick Court on Wabash TV. Today's officials, you get a good look at them there. Phil Mulrow, Mike Fox, and Nick Terry. We're just about set to go with the national anthem, starting lineups, all of that jazz. Greg, you have any last-minute thoughts before we get into the pregame festivities?
Well, you know, it was last year about this time that the Little Giants basketball team really started to put a lot of wins together and climb up in the conference standings. You know, that obviously was a lot to do with new coach, new system. This year, I expect a similar result. Lots of freshmen coming in. The team's getting used to playing each other. But I think they're going to get ready to go on a run here in the second half of the conference schedule.
We're going to take a break right now, let you listen to the national anthem, brought to you by public address announcer Howard Hewitt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mac Heavy Floor at Chadwick Court for tonight's game between the visiting Lords from Kenyon College and your Wabash College Little Giants. At this time, will you please stand and gentlemen remove your hats as we honor America with the Wabash College Pep Band's playing of our national anthem.
Always a great job by the Little Giants Pep Band. That was public address announcer Howard Hewitt that you heard there. Let's go through some starting lineups real quick. We'll start with the Lords of Kenyon College, the visitors. Starting at guard, number 3, Tim Connolly. He's a senior, averaging 19.3 points per game, 5.1 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. At another guard, Max Schifrin. He's a freshman, 7.1 points, 2 rebounds, 2.5 assists per game. At the third guard, they don't start 2 forwards. Tyler Kimball, he's a senior, 3 points, 1.5 rebounds, 1 assist a game. They start 2 big men, Kenyon does. Number 32, Alex Lobb, sophomore, 4.4 points a game, 3.3 rebounds per game, and an 1/8 of an assist a game. Excuse me, 0.8 of an assist a game. I'm not a math major. I say it enough. And then the big man, number 43, Brian Comey. He's a senior, 15.4 points, 5.4 rebounds, and half an assist a game. For Wabash, they go with a very familiar starting lineup with Marcus Camrath still somewhat sidelined with a bummy foot/ankle. Nobody's really sure. It's a lower body injury, as hockey would say. Wabash runs out Johnny Jager, Duncan Roy, Austin Burton, Gainer Pavlisis, and Evan Frank. Jager at one guard, Roy and Burton at the other two. Dan Pavlisis playing that 3-4 combo forward, and then you have Evan Frank as the big man in the center.
Obviously going to be a relaxing day for all the seniors now that oral comps are over with.
Yeah, myself included.
Even in the commentary booth.
Even in the commentary booth. Comps are not fun, but they are not as bad as I thought they would be. I will say that. There you get another look at the starting lineups. It's Connolly, Kimball, Schifrin, Lobb, and Comey.
Boy, that's quite the height differential there between the 3 guards and the 2 forwards. I think they look, they're probably both coming in 6'8", 6'9" there, and your guard's 6 foot, 6'2", and Who's our third guy? Schifrin, 5'10". So quite the disparity in height between the bigs and the smalls for the Lords.
Wabash is a little bit of a height advantage. 6'7" for Pervlesis, 6'8" for Frank. Lob runs out at 6'9". Kami runs out at 6'8", about an inch apiece.
Well,
so.
I'd look for Duncan Roy to really have the size advantage because Wabash, of course, has a little bit more height with him playing the 3. So hopefully he can get some open looks tonight. He should have a size advantage.
Danny Perlesis jumps up, tips it off, still bouncing around. Kenyon comes away with it, and we're underway here in Chadwick Court. Connolly now out on the wing. He'll go over to Lob. Lob back by the three-point line to Schifrin. Schifrin to the corner. That's Kimball. Kimball into the lane, kicks back out for Schifrin. Schifrin tries to get in the lane, dumps it back 12 feet, no good. That was Lob on the shot. It's no good, and Wabash come the other way with it.
That was very well defended on the screen and roll by the Little Giants. You know, make one of the 2 leading scorers for Kenyon not shoot the ball.
Burton into the lane, puts up a little runner. It's good.
Boy, that'd be big for Burton to get going early because he's a streaky shooter, but when he's on a roll, he's deadly.
Connolly into the lane. They're going to say that's a foul going the other way. That's on Alex Lob.
Sliding on the screen. Can't do that unless it's the NBA, which it's not.
Frank at the top of the key. Over to Jager. Jager goes baseline, tries to put up shot. Doesn't make the shot, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line, shoot 2. Jager to the line, he'll shoot 2. Next couple dribbles, shots away, it's good.
It's 2 quick fouls on Alex Lob. He's sitting down already.
Johnny's an 81% free throw shooter on the year. Yeah, second best for Wabash, Duncan Roy is an 85% free throw shooter. Johnny makes them both. As Connolly crosses the timeline, he'll go up top. That is, who is that out there?
Bennett Griegel.
Bennett Griegel, thank you. In the lane with the runner, no good, but he's fouled, and Connolly's going to go to the line. And they're saying Daniel Pervlesis had that one. That's Dan's first, team's first.
Yeah, he went up for the block, and he kind of ducked under him and took a bonk on the head, so.
Connolly, a 78% free throw shooter on the year, misses the front end.
The announcer's jinx there.
Maybe I should say that for all their guys.
Let's see what we got here. Coming through. Yeah, kind of got under his arm.
Connolly makes the second, and the score is 4-1 now. Jager crosses the timeline, carries it up, gets into the paint, dumps it inside for Frank, and he is fouled.
Yep.
I'm going to say that one's on the floor, though. That one's on number 10, Bennett Griegel.
Well, that's a good call. He had him on the body contact before the pass even got there. So, you know, I'm fine with that call.
Jager inbounds along to Pervlesis. High key. He'll give it back to Jager. Kick out to Burton. 4-3.
There you go, Austin. 5 early points there for Austin.
It's a good thing to see out of him. Schifrin now goes the high key, kicks back out to Kimball. Kimball across to Connolly, inside to Comey. Tries to go to work on Frank, backs him down into the lane. Little stutter step, spin move, it's good.
That's a pretty good move. Up and under and then goes back the other way. Smart job by Dan not to pick up a cheap foul there too, because he clearly had him beat. You don't want to get your second one this fast into the game.
Jager pulls up from 10 feet, no good. Rebound, Comey. Connolly now, top of the key. Crosses over, pulls up from 12 feet. It's good. And Kenyon will cut the deficit down to 2. Jager now, between the circles, he'll go over to Roy, back to Frank. Frank at the top of the key, back to Johnny. Johnny trying to look inside, nothing going on. Here's Burton. He'll step back, clear up some space. Johnny Jager now 12 on the shot clock. Jager kicks out to Roy. Roy thought about it, didn't. Jager into the lane, kicks out to Burton. Burton 4-3. No good off the front iron. Rebound, Evan Frank. He's going to work, tries to put up a shot, and is fouled.
Oh, that's got to be a technical.
That's got to be a technical. It is.
Can't slam the ball like that. That's easy call for the officials.
And that's a tech on Bennett Griegel.
And that'll be his second and third fouls, I believe. Because the technical should count as a personal.
I believe it will. Johnny Jager's going to step up, take the technical foul shots. He can't slam the ball like that.
Nope, and I mean the big problem there is, I know my dad used to always tell me guys that get a personal foul, argue, get a technical, and then get their second one. That double up is really tough. I mean, big time foul trouble for the bigs for Kenyon already.
Take another look at that one.
Oh, yep,
Frank
across the arm.
Pretty clearly fouled. Griegel grabs the ball, doesn't like it. And
Can't
that's all
slam
there
it
is
like
to
that.
it.
That's just, I mean, it's just too easy for the officials to call. Like, cut and dry, you can't argue with that.
Jager made the first, missed the second. And now Frank will shoot 2 free throws. Big chance for Wabash to extend this lead here early in the game. Frank's first, no good. Evan is only a 58% free throw shooter.
Got Philip Crampton into the game for the Lords. Crampton comes alive. There we go. Nice looking stroke on the second one there from Evan.
Frank makes the second. He looked much more comfortable on that one. Here's Schifrin. Tries to drive, doesn't, gives it to Connolly. Connolly thought about it, doesn't, takes another step back. He'll go over to Kimball. Kimball now goes in the lane, trying to work on Roy. Can't. Here's Schifrin. Schifrin to the wing, 3 ball. No good. Rebound, Daniel Polices.
Well, you see the little Giants are going under every screen so far, so they're daring the Lords to shoot them.
Kick out to Burton. Here's Jager. Goes into the lane, puts up a, doesn't actually put up the shot. Threw it away, turnover. Kenyon will come away with it. In the corner, 4-3. That's Matt Schifrin. He's no good. Rebound again to Daniel Pavlisis.
36% free throw shooter so far, 3-point shooter, Schifrin on the year so far.
Here's Jager. Back out to Burton. A little bit of cross-court pass there. Burton over to Jager. Jager inside to Frank. Frank backing the man down. Puts up a little,
nice
hook
move.
shot. And it's good for 2 points. For 3, Connolly, it's good.
35% shooter on the year so far from 3.
Not a great number, but not a bad one.
Well, he gets his points, so probably more in the Antoine Walker volume shooter mode.
Pavlisis in the low post, trying to go to work. Puts up a hook shot, no good. Rebounded.
And they're going to call Evan Frank for that one.
Comey got the rebound. They called Frank for the foul. We'll see Ben Stakowski come in now. Logan White as well. Ben Stakowski sporting a bit of a haircut since many of us last saw him. Yeah, I wonder if the loss of his locks freed up his
Samson situation.
Yeah, freed up his shooting hand. Connolly kicks out to Crampton, excuse me. Rebounded by Kenyon. Here's Connolly again. He'll pull up again, and that's good for 3. A second time for Connolly.
Couple of early threes, he's 3 of 3 so far.
And now the game is tied at 11 with just under 15 minutes to go here in the first. Jager
That's a lazy pass.
threw the ball away a little bit. Got a good read.
Oh, wow.
Stole it
Great
back.
defensive play. Even if it goes out of bounds, that saved a layup. That was beautiful hands by Stakowski on the defensive end. You'll live with that going out of bounds because he had an easy layup.
Shapiro was trying to drive it in the lane, but that was a heck of a play. We had another look at that steal.
Watch him come. Puts the ball low, and he just intercepts it, kicks it off his foot, and he was out of bounds. But you'll live with that because that saves a layup.
Saves an easy bucket. Kenyon retains possession, though. Here's Shapiro. Shapiro tries to get in the lane, kicks out, does. That's Kimball going in the lane, puts up a runner, no good, rebound, Dan Pavlisis. Pavlisis top the key, he'll go over to Burton. Puts up a little runner in the lane, no good, ball bouncing around, rebounded to Burton, puts up another shot, also no good.
Good save by Pavlisis on the rebound for the second chance.
That one was rebounded by Sigel. Connolly, 4-3 again. No good off the front iron this time.
Statistically speaking, he's bound to miss one sooner or later.
Yeah. He's not a 1,000% shooter. Or 100%, I should say.
Well, he's neither.
Hook shot
great
by
hands.
there.
I mean, if Dan Pavlisis catches the ball with both feet in the paint, there's really not a whole lot you can do to stop him from getting a good shot with either the jump hook or the turnaround.
The corner, cross-court pass now to Shapiro. Shapiro to the corner, 4-3. No good, batted around. Pavlisis is still fighting for the rebound. Logan White's gonna come away with it now.
Good job by Logan White to hang around and get that ball as soon as it came down.
That was Kimball on the missed three. White, top of the key. He'll go over to Stikowski. Stikowski really lighting the scoreboard up. Puts up a little runner, no good, but he's, they're gonna say that was an offensive foul. Oh my. I didn't exactly see the same way the referee did, but
I think we were screened from, let's see, 22 slides over. Oh, he's moving his feet there and backing out of it. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, he was set initially, but he starts to back up before contact. If you want to draw the charge, you got to earn it. You can't be shuffling back to absorb the hit like that.
Nope. Not crazy. I'm not crazy about that call. I won't hide that one.
But, you know,
again,
Stikowski maybe been a little out of control, and that didn't really help his cause there.
Nope. That's Ben's first, team's third. Connolly into the lane, puts up a shot.
Nice
block
by
hard
Evan
by
Frank.
Frank. Oh my.
No soup for you.
He's a Seinfeld fan. Duncan Roy on the wing, tries to get it inside to Frank. He does. Frank trying to go to work. Trap down on the baseline, gets it back out to Roy. Roy to Stikowski, now over to Jager. Jager tries to go baseline, does. Reverse layup. Oh my.
With the English off the window.
What a finish.
He sized that one up all the way under the basket. I could spin that one off.
Here's Connolly. Gets it over to Powell. Powell now into the lane. Pulls up from the free throw line. No good.
In and out. Good rebound by Evan Frank.
Here's Jager. Kicks it out to Stikowski. Closed down on quickly there. Can't quite tell who's defending whom. Johnny Jager can't get his own rebound. Batted around. Connolly's going to come away with it. Connolly, cross-court pass to Powell. Powell into the lane. Gets around Evan Frank, and that one's good for 2 points. .12:03 to play here in the first. Wabash leads this one 15-13. Frank into the lane, easy finger roll.
Great roll from Evan Frank going down the middle. He just slipped that screen beautifully and just went straight towards the basket, and it was a great look from Johnny to find him. Not going to get much easier a basket than that one.
That's a timeout by Kenyon, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Greg, with 8 minutes gone here in the first half, do you have any thoughts on the game thus far?
Well, you know, a couple of big threes early for Tim Conley, but the Little Giants have been working the ball around. You know, 3 shots for Johnny Jager. He's got 5 points, 5 for Burton, 5 for Frank. So, you know, and only 2 for Dan Pavlisis. You got to love the balance scoring from the Little Giants, and that's what I was saying before the game. If they can get that consistently from 3 or 4 guys, you know that Johnny and Dan are going to get their numbers. If you get 2 other guys contributing, that's going to make a huge difference for the Little Giants team.
You can follow Wabash Athletics on Twitter. It's your source for all things Wabash sports. All the scores, news, and updates you could need. Follow Wabash Athletics at Wabash Athletics on Twitter. Here's Shapiro, pulls up from the free throw line. No good off the front iron, rebounded, ball bouncing around, still down there.
Probably got a jump ball situation,
tied up.
I would posit.
And that one's going to go to Wabash.
Looks like Duncan might have slammed his hand on the ground there, but good effort to go and fight for that ball with the Little Giants having the possession arrow.
Ronald Ryan has checked into this one. In for Jager. Seems to me to have cemented himself as the second point guard on this little Giants team, and rightfully so. Frank now on the wing, gets it inside, tries to go to Pervlasis, and
they're
it's an
gonna call
offensive
him
foul.
Offensive
Oh
on
my.
backing into him.
It looked like to me he was just going to work back there, but
Well, that's his second.
that's Dan's second. That'll probably be the last we see of Dan for the first half.
He's gonna talk with the ref about that.
And we're gonna take another look at that. Looks like Dan's just. I don't see the foul.
I mean, they're jockeying for position like that
Yeah,
happens down there, but
it's post play.
yeah, I mean it's part of the game.
I understand that basketball was originally intended to be a non-contact sport, but
that is not the way it is anymore.
basketball is not a non-contact sport. At any rate, Kenyon going to work down low in the low post, misses the bunny, rebound to Ben Stakowski. That was Ethan Shapiro on the missed effective layup. And here's Stakowski. Loses the ball, but another jump ball. Head coach Kyle Brummett wanted the foul there. No call, says the referee. Kenyon will come away with it this time.
Well, sometimes you go a whole game without having a jump held ball, and we've had 2 here in as many possessions.
Here's Schifrin. He'll cross the timeline, go over to the far wing. This is Link, the lone man from Ohio, outside of Shapiro. Down low to Lob, excuse me. Puts up a little hook shot, it's good. And Kenyon cuts the deficit again.
17-15.
Down to 2 points now. Ball passed over to the wing to Stakowski, excuse me. Here's Ronald Ryan, gets into the lane, tries to put up a tough shot, but he's fouled. Had it blocked, but
32, that's lob, that'll be 3.
Yep, that's the third on lob. We'll get another look at that. Just too much with the body there.
Well, you see, Ryan goes to his side and he reaches his hand over in front of it. I mean, how many times have we seen that? You know, if you got long arms and you go reaching out to the side, you're really inviting that call.
Ron made the first. And he'll shoot one more.
In and out.
Powell across the timeline, heads it out to the wing. Here's Schifrin. Schifrin to the free throw line. High post, down low to Link. Link trying to go to work, dumps it back out to Shapiro. Shapiro puts up a tough shot. No good. Ball batted around.
Over the back.
And it is. A lot of silly fouls thus far, I think, for especially Kenyon.
Yeah, well, they've picked up 7, so.
And we've still got 10 minutes
We should
left.
be shooting 1-on-1 here now, too. That's why that's particularly troublesome. See if Evan Frank can't get the lefty shot going here.
The most comfortable looking shot from Evan, and it hits the back iron.
He's got good rotation on it. You know, his form looks really solid, just not quite finding the right distance.
Ball played it, taken into the lane.
Yep.
Coming. And that's good. He'll go the other way. Excuse me, Jager will come the other way with it now. Here's Stakowski. Over to Roy. Back to Jager. 4-3. No good off the front iron. Rebounded by Link. Schifrin crosses the timeline. Goes to the corner. Can't tell who that is. That is Powell. Powell now on the wing. 4-3. No good off the side iron. Rebounded by Shapiro. Powell now. Over to Schifrin. Still Schifrin. Puts up a runner, no good. Rebound, Duncan Roy. And that one's going to be a foul on Chris Link.
Yep.
Team 8th.
And we're shooting again. And let's see here. Yep, he hits him in the hand right as he's trying to rebound it. Again, you get your arms out and you swing at a guy, you know, that's what happens.
Wabash leading in the rebounds category. You see there, 14-9 thus far in the early goings. Duncan will shoot a 1 in bonus.
There
Hits
we
the
go.
front end. And one more now. the second.
There we go. Nice looking shots there from the freshman.
Duncan Roy leading this team, or effectively this team, in free throw percentage at nearly 85%. Here's Powell. Gets in the lane, kicks out to Connolly. Connolly into the paint. Tries to put up a tough shot, misses the rim entirely.
Another jump ball?
It's another held ball.
Held ball, I suppose I should say, to be more accurate.
Yeah, it'd be something if we played with the NBA rules and you went
Jump 'em
out
up.
here to the free throw line and tipped it off again.
Pushing in the back there.
Looked
off
like
the
it.
Screen.
Looked like it to me, but
yeah, when Comey's coming off that screen, he gave Frank a good push in the back there.
No call, though, says the referee. Turnover by Wabash. Kenyon will come the other direction now.
Guess he's getting the star treatment tonight.
Schifrin crosses the timeline, gets it over to Connolly. Connolly now on the wing. And just throws the ball away. They're going to say it's a foul on Logan White. Oh, my. I didn't see that one. It looked like to me that Connolly just threw the ball away.
Kyle Brumman is Coach Brum's beside himself here. Let's see.
Logan White there.
I don't know what we're. He's as surprised as anyone.
Yeah, I didn't see that one at all. Not at all. Down the low post to Kami. He puts up a tough one, no good.
Great defense from Logan White. Just keeping his hands straight up and holding his position and makes Comey take the tough shot. That's great post defense.
Here's Duncan Roy. Gets it to Logan White now. Over to Jager. Jager into the lane. Puts up a runner. No good. Rebound Logan White. Kicked out to Burton.
Oh, good hustle there by Logan White.
Referee stops the
I think we're looking at shot clock.
I guess the shot clock reset. It should not have. Don't know if the referees will.
Oh, I think they don't know if the layup hit the rim or not.
Ah, yes. I think we're going to take a look at that. Guys back in the truck, I suppose.
Always doing a great job back in the truck.
That is one thing that we can do here at Wabash that most Division III sites cannot do. We can watch the replays, and here we go.
See, I think we're looking at the Johnny coming on the layup here.
Probably back it up a little bit more.
Yep. As we're
keep
going
going.
backwards in time.
Yep. And here's Johnny, goes into the lane. Got it slowed down. It does appear to me that ball hits the rim.
And, well, and the great thing is you can see the shot clock on the far end, even if we didn't.
Yes. I think it looks like to me the ball does deflect off of the rim. I think we're done here. They're saying the shot clock is correct. Great job to the guys back in the truck.
Absolutely. Can't say enough good things about the truck.
Absolutely not. Pros all around back there. At any rate, Wabash will restart here.
25 seconds on the clock.
Here's Johnny, top of the key, over to Logan. Logan to Austin Burton. Austin Burton drawing 3 Kenyon defenders. Gets it back to Evan Frank. 8 on the shot clock now. Gets in the lane, puts up a tough one. Nothing happens.
Yeah, he just ran into the defender there, who I think even had his back turned. So,
great
block, Duncan Roy.
Oh my!
Woo!
What a play!
Wow. That was great defense.
That was stellar by Duncan Roy. They
gotta love the length from the freshman.
The athleticism of some of these freshmen is just unbelievable to watch.
Might hit some Jay Billis bingo here. We got wingspan, length, athleticism.
Now we need to talk about is the eye test. Runner there from Connolly's good.
All right, 20-19.
Jay Billis, not only is he one of the best basketball analysts in the land, he's also a graduate of the Duke Law School. Interesting facts from the broadcast booth.
The Billustrator. Also an amazing Twitter handle.
That 3 ball from Kimball is
Kimball's
good.
their big-time shooter, too. He's 43.8% for the year from 3, so that's their real big rainmaker for the Lords.
That's a 30-second timeout from Wabash. We'll keep it right here. As you can see, there's
the pet band.
Great look at the pet band there. Kenyon has taken the lead in this one. I believe it's their first lead of the ball game, Greg.
That's
I
true.
can't
You know, a
remember.
couple big shots. The Little Giants, you know, going through a little bit of a lull offensively. And, you know, Kenyon's hit a couple of big shots. A few turnovers from Wabash.
A good look there at the Kenyon bench. As Evan Frankel will take his time down there to inbound the ball.
Don't think he's going to need to run on the baseline right now.
Don't anticipate it, but the option is there. Here's Frank now, over to Jager. Jager goes baseline, puts up a tough shot, has it blocked.
Yeah,
by
he kind of
Comey.
fell right into Comey there.
3 ball from Kimball. It's
There's that
good.
sniper. It's a big last 6-minute stretch here for the Little Giants. You really don't want to go into halftime down by much more than one possession if you can help it.
Here's Roy into the lane, takes a little jump step. Tough
Wow.
run. That's a great finish. But I worry.
Reaches the ball all the way under the basket and just flicks it with the wrist up and in. That was a great layup.
I worry, Greg, though, that Wabash is trying to get into the lane a lot. It's seeming to be successful at times, but there's a lot of bodies down there in that
bank shot
shaded
there
area.
from Connolly.
Kenyon builds in their lead now 27-22.
Oh. Looks like he stepped on rolled his ankle or stepped on a foot. Hope he's okay.
Connolly, hopefully nothing too major. As
oh, that's always a painful one.
Crampton will head to the bench with Sigel. Now checking into the Kenyon Lords lineup. What a name, Kenyon College Lords. Austin Burton hits the front end.
Well, you know, the reason they have that name is the college was founded by Philander Chase, and there were two lords from England, Lord Kenyon and Lord Gambier, that gave him the financing to start the college. So that's why the town is called Gambier and the college is called Kenyon. Now, Philander Chase also later went to found Jubilee College over in Illinois, which has since closed and become a state park, but that's the name for the Lords.
Huh. The more you know.
Well, my brother did graduate from there, so.
quick facts from the broadcast booth. That ball batted around, collected by Stukowski, and he'll come away with it. And Wabash trailing by 3 now. Ben Stukowski thought about it.
Good hesitation, and that's a great call from the ref. On the floor, he sort of hesitates with the ball. The guy jumps out on him, body around. We're going to the line.
Well, and it's a point of emphasis this year, as it was last year in the NCAA for the referees, the hand check out on the perimeter.
Yep.
The refs have been watching for it a lot last year, and they've been watching for it this year. Stukowski hits the front end.
Well, I remember the first year, that was the point of emphasis. I remember the first Wabash game. There must have been 35 fouls called.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Great 2 points there. You know, Little Giants doing better from the free throw line, 11 of 15 for the game. Anything above 70% you'll probably live with if you're the coach.
Here's Connolly. Seems to be okay as he pulls up from 3. No good. Rebound, Logan White. Way to get up for that one, young fella.
Oh, absolutely.
As Wabash comes away. Here's White. Over to Roy. 5 freshmen on the floor for this Little Giants team. There's Stukowski. Pulls up. No good. Rebounded. Batted around. That's a foul on Evan Frank, maybe?
22 of Kenyon on the push. We're shooting some more free throws.
That's Will Sigel. Wabash will head to the line again, shooting 2. Evan Frank to get these. Looks like Marcus Camera's going to check into the Little Giant lineup.
Oh.
As Evan misses the front end.
Let's see here on the, he comes behind him there. Yep. Evan has position, push him in the back. Can't do that.
Nope. Frank misses both. Good to see Marcus about ready to take the floor. He's been hobbled for the past few days. Past few games, I should say.
Yep.
Kimball trying to get inside to Comey. A lot of bodies down there, but Comey able to
Well,
power
it's
through.
a good job by Logan White. You can see he sees Duncan Roy's outmatched inside, so he comes down to try and help. Doesn't foul, but just try and make Comey think about it a little more before going up with the shot. Just because it didn't work doesn't mean it wasn't a good play.
Kenyon extends the lead to 3. Here's Jager, kicks out for 3. Duncan Roy, it's good. Oh,
Nope, air
excuse
ball.
me, air ball. My, that had me fooled.
It was also nothing but net, but not the way you want.
Oh my, wow. I looked over to check the official, make sure it was a 3, and saw the net go swoosh, and assumed that it was a made shot. I think we're gonna
Yep, we're gonna look at the last
take
shot.
another look at that one. See if the shot clock should have reset.
Yeah, because I don't know if that 3 hit the rim or not from Duncan Roy. I think that's probably what they're going to be looking at.
This is one of the first times all year, I think, that we've had replay used, and it's been used twice in the game.
Yep. Well, you know, it can be important, as we all remember the great Ohio Wesleyan mess from a couple years ago.
And I don't think that shot clock hit the rim.
Let's see.
Shot, excuse me. Does not appear
Yeah,
to change
it
direction.
it doesn't change direction. You can see it just goes straight by. So
I believe there should be 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, if they reset it, and it's at 26 now, so they lost 4 off of that, so that should bump it down.
Ah, fair. So we should be seeing 9 seconds on the shot clock. Even
9
I
or
can
10.
Even I can do that math. I can't do that math. Actually, that would be 10 seconds on the shot clock. Oh my. I'm done with comps. Who needs this math stuff? I'm going to law school. 8 seconds on the shot clock now. I was wrong on both accounts. Still not sure what's going on.
We'll call it 8 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Either way.
Jager inbound. Gets it into Roy. Roy nearly travels as Jager pulls up, gets his shot blocked. Kenyon will come the other way in transition. Kimball now pulls up.
He's their shooter.
He'll go over to Shapiro. Shapiro on to Schifrin. Goes into the lane, puts up a tough one. That's good as Kenyon's leads up to 5. Here's Johnny. Goes over to Roy.
Good tough screen from Marcus there.
Back to Jager now. Tries to go baseline. Logan White back to Jager. 4-3. It's good.
Woo! And I would point out also great positioning by Marcus Camerath underneath on that shot. He fought and got great position for the rebound there. But you know, when you make the 3, that's always better.
3 is worth more than 2.
That math we're certain on.
Kimball shot no good. Rebounded, batted around, and it just about hit one of us in the face. Great reflexes by Greg Dallinger over here.
Not a good catch from me, but at least I didn't take it off the face.
Hey, we gotta protect that mug. You know, you got a wedding coming up. You know,
let's not get a replay of that.
No, you gotta get good wedding pictures. You know.
Let's not embarrass the commentators with a replay of that.
The things you
see. I saw it coming. I'm like, wow, I should probably move from that out of the way of that. My body's like, yeah, we'll just see how this plays out.
I jumped like I had been shot. I'm not even gonna lie about it. Schifrin inbounds the ball all the way across midcourt to Kimball.
Good thing you didn't grab that on the
Shapiro,
wrong side.
excuse me. Shapiro kicks out to Schifrin. Schifrin still on the wing. Thought about pulling up, didn't. Shapiro inside, back out to Schifrin. 3 ball. No good. Rebounded by Shapiro. He kind of flew in there and made a great play.
Yeah.
Wabash trails by 4. Jager over to Stokowski. Plenty of time left in the half. Stokowski misses the first, misses the shot. And Kenyon will come away with it. Kick out from Kimball. Shapiro loses it and hits Logan White in the face.
Ooh.
Oh my, that doesn't look good.
No.
2 minutes, 28 seconds to play here in the first half. Stay with us through halftime, folks. We'll have a halftime show, get Greg's thoughts and impressions on the first half of play, see what Wabash maybe needs to do to get through the half, get through the second half, and come out on the positive side of this. Again, stay with us, halftime show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Logan White will shoot 2 as Wabash is in the double bonus. And he misses the first one off the back iron.
All right, let's see here. Logan gets the ball. Yep. Oh, well, that's not his fault. He got his hand on the ball as he's going away, and it just slipped off and went right up into his face. No intent there. That's just accidental.
No.
Actually, interesting bit of trivia. Tim Black for the Kenyon Lords is from Miami, Florida, went to Ransom Everglades, which is a combination we've seen before. Oberlin also has a freshman from Miami who went to Ransom Everglades. So maybe they both decided to go to Ohio and they missed up which school they were supposed to go to.
It's like those old NBC commercials, the more you know.
Oh, that's a big size
Crampton
mismatch.
going to work, gets around Ronald Ryan, and he gets in the lane, scores 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's a tough ask for Ryan to match up with the big down low on the block.
Ronald Ryan, only a 6-foot, 190-pound
There
guard.
we go, Austin Burton.
Going up against the 6'7", 230-pound senior, Philip Crampton, or sophomore, excuse me. Here's Connolly, out between the circles.
Well, it looks like his ankle's doing okay, so we hope he's not hurt.
This is Powell. Over to Crampton.
Oh,
Crampton
great
inside.
hands from Marcus Camrath to take that ball away.
Burton on to Ryan. Back to Burton now. Ronald Ryan. Over to Jager. Jager into the lane. Gets stripped,
just lost it. Yeah.
Powell pushes the pace. Out to Connolly. 4-3.
He'll shoot that all day.
And he gets taken down. No foul, says the referee, with 1 minute, 10 seconds to play.
Simulation, says the referee.
Where I come from, we call that a flop. Jager for 2. No good. Bounces out. Ball fought over. Held ball.
Held ball again.
That's the 4th of the game, I believe.
Yeah.
Possession arrow to Kenyon.
Boy, Marcus doing all the dirty work down low in there today.
There's your stat line, folks. Second chance points. Wabash trailing 7-1 here in the game. That's even wider than the score line. Here's Schifrin. Back to Schifrin now. On the wing. Gets over. 4-2. That's good for 2.
See how the Little Giants play this here.
24 on the shot clock. There is a shot clock.
A little harder to go 2 for 1 with a 30-second shot clock.
And Camrath able to
there
get
we
his own
go.
putback.
The old Moses Malone. Miss it so he can get a rebound and then put it back in.
Build the stat sheet, folks. That's what we like to see out of Marcus.
All right.
Here's Connolly. Looks like
he's going to take the last
shot. Looks like Kenyon's going to take the last shot. He's looking for a screen. Gets in the lane. Dribbling around. Pull out for Schifrin. 4-3. Bouncing around. Bouncing. Still no good. And that'll do it for the first half. Your first half score at the end of it. Kenyon 37, Wabash 34. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with the halftime show here on Wabash TV. Again, your score at half. Kenyon College 37, Wabash College 34.
Division III schools offer academic scholarships instead of athletic scholarships. This really puts the focus that the student athlete needs to maintain that GPA.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III. A lot of people pick schools just based on the sport and don't get that experience.
Being a Division III athlete and developing my leadership skills has definitely put my name out there and helped me get more recognition on campus, but more recognition nationwide. I did win the Jostens Trophy, which is based on leadership, academics, and then how well you do on the court.
I'm also the Schwartz Scholar of my class. Schwartz Scholarship is basically a scholarship that is given to a student who's identified as a likely leader.
In the end of the day, it won't matter how they play on the field, it will matter how they do in the classroom.
At Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C., a memorial stands to honor unidentified service members lost on the field of battle. This year, 4 Wabash Little Giants, after an otherwise normal away game, visited the site. And the experience was much more than ordinary.
We were able to be a part of laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier, something that not everybody gets to do every day.
We actually got to walk past the chain link fence and to stand in front of everybody and stand in front of the shoulders while they played taps. It was humbling, and I mean, it brought chills to your spine.
It's very high security, so I mean, the fact that we were able to get in and do something of that nature was just a phenomenal experience.
Thinking about all the people you saw walking up to that national monument, all the headstones, all the graves, and thinking about everybody and all the sacrifices that people before us made so that we are able to live the lives we do, it's humbling. I mean, there's no other word that comes to mind other than humbling.
Typically, a Division III football experience would not include a 630-mile road trip to Virginia. But because of alumni contribution, the journey for the team and these 4 will be a lasting memory for years to come.
Going to this school, there's nothing like it. I think that Wabash has shaped each and every one of us to be a better man, a better student. Football has made us into better leaders, better teammates.
To be able to play Division III football and fly all the way over to Virginia and be able to have this experience, stay an extra day, have that kind of funding to be able to do that, I just wouldn't be able to do it anywhere else.
I have to give credit to the Flying Wallies, the alumni group, just for everything that they've done to make this possible for us.
We're all lucky to have an alumni base that Wabash has because they are so supportive and they really have our best interests at heart. It brings a sense of a family, having people out there in the world to have your back and to be able to provide things and to be able to experience things that not many other people get to do.
I know sports is important, but having the academic part along with it is a big plus.
I've discovered in myself, a newfound ability to overcome adversity at all different angles.
At a Division III school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual. The end result in my mind is you just become a very well-rounded person.
Before I came into college, I didn't really think I'd be able to balance so much. It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
With a D3 school, there's a lot of time for other opportunities. The coaches expect a lot of you during soccer, but after soccer, that's your own personal time to really find out who you are and other opportunities that you can pursue.
By balancing all of my interests, basketball, my leadership skills, and academics, I'm able to better prioritize my life and to manage it.
We're back here in Chadwick Court at the half. Kenyon leads the Little Giants 37-34. Derek Andre here alongside Greg Dallinger. Greg, it's been a fun half.
We've got a couple replays here. Obviously, early in the game, Austin Burton hitting his first three-pointer, but Tim Conley for the Lords as well. Dan Pavlicious inside. Great layup.
Johnny Jager there on the reverse, get it inside to Evan Frank. Easy finger roll off the pick and roll.
George Gervin-esque there.
Johnny with the tough shot. That one did hit the rim. A little bit of a kick out. Great rebound to Evan White. There's a 3 ball inside. Another good finish for Duncan Roy. Lots of great finishes inside by Wabash. But there's a lot of bodies in there in the shaded area, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty level half so far. I mean, 37-34. Obviously, one possession, here or there. So a lot of good things for both teams, but we'll see end of the highlights there.
Great put back there. You saw it last by Marcus Camrath. Get a look there at the kiddos out dancing around to the what did Brent call it earlier? Twinkle Fairy music or something. We're going to go ahead and do some halftime stats for you now. Then we'll send you back to break and come back out for live second half action here in Chadwick Court. You get to look there. Field goals, Kenyon leads 42% to 37%. In threes, Wabash has that one, but they've also shot far fewer. Free throws, Wabash is 63%, Kenyon just 1 of 2, only 2 foul shots there in the first half. Wabash leading in rebounds 24-17. Turnovers, Wabash had 10 though. That's a big number for the Little Giants, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely, but only 5 points off of those turnovers, or only 7 points off of those turnovers. So, you know, I mean, that's the things that stand out to me is obviously, you know, Kenyon's not shooting well from 3, 4 of 14. But they've got 38 field goal attempts to 27 for the Little Giants. The Little Giants making up for that a bit from the line with 19 free throw attempts to just 2 for the Lords, and then the 10-5 in the turnovers. You know, the one thing that stands out for me is Dan Pavlicius only played 7 minutes in the first half. And for someone who's as important to the Little Giant offense, if they can hang around within 1 basket with him only playing 7 minutes, you know, obviously he's going to have a little bit longer leash in the second half. And I think Daniel's shown in his career that he can play the second half with 2 fouls and play smart and not continue to be in foul trouble.
Tim Connolly for Kenyon leads all scorers. He has 11. Tyler Kimball, Matt Schifrin, and Brian Comey each had 6 in the first half. And Philip Crampton, Ethan Shapiro, Alexander Powell, and Alex Lobb, they all had 2 points apiece for the Lords. Right now, Comey leads the Lords with 8 rebounds, all defensive. Ethan Shapiro had 2 offensive rebounds. They were his only 2 rebounds of the half. For Wabash, Austin Burton leads the team with 9 points. Johnny Jager has 8. Duncan Roy has 4. Evan Frank has 5. And nobody else has more than 2. Right now, Evan Frank leads in the rebound department. He had 5, 3 defensive, 2 offensive. Logan White also had 5, 3 defensive, 2 offensive as well. Daniel Pavlicius had 3 rebounds, all defensive rebounds.
Well, it's really good balanced scoring from the Little Giants. If you look at, you know, Burton with 9, Jager with 8, Frank with 5, Roy with 4, and none of those names being, of course, our leading scorer, Daniel Pavlicius. So I think when he gets going in the second half, that's really going to help the Little Giants offensively. And then as far as the defensive end, they've done a good job containing Brian Comey and, you know, Tim Conley with 11 and 2 of 5 from 3. So I think though they were only 4 of 14 from 3, the 4 that they hit were all big shots at that juncture in the game. So tighten up a little on those 2 guys outside, and I think the Little Giants will be in good shape.
It's been a back and forth half here. Wabash led by as many as 6 early. Kenyon led by as many as 5 later on in the half. So it's been an interesting one. Wabash trimmed the deficit toward the end of the first half, down to 3. It's 37-34 now at halftime. We're going to go ahead and take another short break. We'll be back just before the second half kicks off. Again, your score at the halftime, Wabash 34, Kenyon 37. You're watching Little Giant Basketball on Wabash TV.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, then I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Conveniently located in the heart of campus, the Wabash College Bookstore is your first, best source for showing your Little Giant pride. From clothing for him or her, to hats, accessories, gifts, school supplies, and more, the bookstore has it all. Whether you're an alumnus, student, parent, or just a fan, come and visit us to find that special something for the Wabash person in your life. Wabash always fights.
Division III schools offer academic scholarships instead of athletic scholarships. This really puts the focus that the student athlete needs to maintain that GPA.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III. A lot of people pick schools just based on the sport and don't get that experience.
Being a Division III athlete and developing my leadership skills has definitely put my name out there and helped me get more recognition on campus, but more recognition nationwide. I did win the Jostens Trophy, which is based on leadership, academics, and then how well you do on the court.
I'm also the Schwartz Scholar of my class. Schwartz Scholarship is basically a scholarship that is given to a student who's identified as a likely leader.
At the end of the day, it won't matter how they play on the field, it will matter how they do in the classroom.
We're back here in Chadwick Court. Derek Andre alongside Greg Dallinger at the half. Wabash trails by 3, 37-34. And we're just about a minute and a half from kicking off this second half, Greg. You have any last-minute thoughts or on how Wabash can trim the deficit and get back in front of this one?
Well, I mean, I think it all comes down to Dan Pavlicius coming back in the game. I highly suspect he will play more than 7 minutes in the second half, and that's just going to help out the offense. And once we get going there, I think they've done overall a good job from the three-point line. Like I said, 4 of 14. I mean, that's pretty good, in terms of defensively from the three-point line, and just hopefully shoot a little bit better than 63% from the line in the second half. 14 or 15 out of 19 looks a lot better. So, but the most important thing is just getting to the line. And I think if the Little Giants stay aggressive and keep going after it, get those free throws and just keep piling them up.
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a war of attrition at times, and it's been a real shootout at others. It's been an up-and-down game tonight here in Chadwick Court, but I think we're in for a great second half.
And on the other side of things, I mean, Alex Lobb got 3 fouls in 4 minutes, and he's one of their starters. So, it's not like they've been playing. Kenyon was at full strength either, although I would posit that Dan Pavlicius for Wabash is more important than Alex Lobb for Kenyon, but
Alex Lobb.
That's just my highly biased opinion.
Alex Lobb averaging 4.4 points a game and 3.3 rebounds. Dan Pavlicius, just for context, is averaging 17.5 points a game and 8.6 rebounds. So I would agree with your assessment.
slightly more important, but Dan's a senior. He's a smart player. He's going to play. He's going to play well with the fouls in the second half, and I think if we start the offense with him, he can put up points in bunches.
Yeah, see the man there in the red tie. That's Sam Mattingly. He does some. If you watched this morning, he did the call of the Max Surveys duels. The wrestling meet was in here in Chadwick Court this morning. Wabash hammered everyone. I don't understand the scoring of wrestling, but I know that Wabash won because we had more points than they did.
But you can take the difference between two numbers.
Well, and they told me, Greg, as Dan Pavlicius.
See, and Dan, right off the bat, getting it going.
They told me that wrestling is not like golf, a sport near and dear to my heart, and that more points is better. So I'm going to assume that 52-0 win against Millikan University is a positive outcome.
Home of our, I believe Pat White is president at Millikan.
I also believe, and that's a three that's good for Schifrin, Matt Schifrin.
Now 1 of 5 from 3 for the game.
Roy
Yep,
inside the
and
Pervlesis.
4 for Lab. Oh, too bad it's not the NBA because I would give him continuation on that.
Well,
sadly they're not playing for money, so we don't
Nope.
get continuation.
No.
4 fouls in 5 minutes for Alex Lobb so far. Not a easy task guarding Dan Pervlesis inside.
No. I mean, he's a
handful.
All conference contender easily. And here's Pervlesis going to work down low on Comey. Easy work
money.
there.
You know, not bad defense from Comey, making him shoot the ball going away. Just good offense from Dan Pervlesis.
Kimball over to Schifrin. Inside to Comey. Evan Frank playing defense. Comey going to work down low. Trying to do work on the freshman. Puts up a little hook shot. It's good.
Yeah, he got off his feet there. Did a good job to not pick up the foul, but then wasn't in position to contest the shot.
Here's Jager. Kicks out to Burton. Be nice to see him get going again. One more out to Roy. 4-3.
That's a big shot from Duncan Roy.
That's great to see from him. He's been in a bit of a shooting slump for the past few games.
He's got a nice looking shot when
yeah.
he gets it going, so hopefully that's the sign of things to come.
Washington, Indiana's 4th finest player that I can think of, behind all 3 Zeller brothers.
there are many of those Zeller
Well,
brothers.
Whenever you have 3 guys that play in the NBA from one town,
it's hard to
it's hard to
hard to crack the top 3.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. We're gonna say that one's on Johnny. Coach Brummett not pleased. Marcus Camerath doing a little bit of coaching down there from the end of the bench. You can see him.
Well, he's talking to Evan Frank there, the freshman. Great senior leadership from Marcus off the bench. Obviously, you know, with the lower body injury, he hasn't been playing as many minutes, but.
And again, the short leash on Dan Pervlesis.
You know,
and
2 quick baskets in the game and then back on the bench. So we'll see. Important time for Marcus to help the.
Yeah, pull up there for Connolly's good. And Coach Brummett not pleased about the screens. He thinks they were moving. And the inside to Camerath.
There we
it's
go.
Good off the glass.
Good job by Marcus to seal his man and get the layup. He's got great hands underneath. And I believe it was about this time last year that Marcus started to turn on his game offensively. So perhaps he's a second half of the season player again this year.
I wonder if the extended stay on the bench, not because of play reasons, but mostly for health reasons, I wonder if that's going to help him down the stretch, keep a few miles off the legs.
Well, and you know, you love Marcus defensively on Brian Comey because he's nothing if not a pesky defender. Another turnover.
Another turnover. Connolly into the lane. He's good for 2 points on the fast break layup. As Jager across the timeline. He'll give it off to Burton now. Burton outside to Roy. Back to Jager. 4-3.
Short.
No good. Short off the front iron, and that'll go the other way for Kenyon.
Well, I mean, and you just see how the offense changes once Dan Pervlesis is on the bench. Their inkling is not to go inside immediately in the clock because, you know, Marcus and Evan are good offensively, but they're better sort of off the offensive rebounds and putbacks and, you know, later in the shot clock when guys are out of position. So it just sort of changes the flow of the offensive rhythms.
Connolly into the lane. Kicks out to Schifrin. Jager giving him plenty of space. Schifrin into the lane. Kicks out again. This is Griegel. He from London. Gets it inside to Connolly. That ball, I'm going to say that one hit the rim. Shot clock should have reset.
It's good defense there by Marcus underneath to help out. Yeah, but it definitely should have reset off of that shot.
Yep.
So
no.
These things happen.
Here's Comey. Outside to Kimball.
Kimball's the shooter.
Kimball to Schifrin. Schifrin into the lane. Puts up a runner. No good. Rebound, Evan Frank. Jaeger crosses the timeline.
Oh, here's Burton in the corner.
And throws it away. Connolly on the fast break bucket and is fouled by Johnny Jaeger.
He wanted Burton in the corner there, just waited a little too long to get the ball to him, and the Kenyon defender was able to get a hand on it.
And look behind me into the Kenyon stands. As I see it, there are 2 people here from Kenyon. 2.
Well, we got 2 purple shirts across the way, too, in the front of the Wabash students who...
That is a dangerous place to sit if you are a Kenyon fan.
Ignorance is bliss.
I would guess they have at most 4 as Connolly hits the front end.
So let's see. Yeah, I mean, Johnny obviously doesn't want the layup there. Probably a little frustrated with the second straight turnover, so just takes a hack across, make him earn it at the line.
Connolly's second is up. And no good. Rebound, Evan Frank.
Well, hey, not a bad foul, saves a point.
That is Evan's 6th rebound of the game. Make that 7th.
Oh, Ronnie Ryan.
Nice little runner from Ronnie Ryan. Yeah, it'll trim the deficit back down to 3. 48-45 to Kenyon. Pull out, Kimball for 3. No good, rebounded by, that's Austin Burton.
The senior going to get it.
Here's Ryan now. Inside to Camrath. Camrath, hook shot, no good. That ball's gonna go the other direction. It's gonna be a Kenyon ball. We're pretty badly boxed out there. Logan White checking in for Marcus Camrath.
Yep.
Connolly crosses the timeline. Gets it over to Schifrin. Top to Griegel. Connolly into the lane, puts up a shot.
Good defense by Austin Burton to recover there. You know, gives him some space, but when he stops, closes the distance. And
oh my!
I'd
Ronald
count that
Ryan, there we go.
Yeah, I'd give him that and one.
We're getting another look at that. Great play by Ronald Ryan.
Comes off the screen, gets the body contact, hangs in the air, off the glass with the kiss.
Great job of him to draw contact. We're seeing a lot more of him recently, and I think it's a great thing, that great decision by Coach Brummett to go that direction at the point guard position.
Well, I'm sure he's earned it in practice.
I'm sure he has. There are really, after Jaeger, there are 3 guys in Lenke, Lenke, Ronald Ryan, and Trenton McCarthy. Any one of them can do the job out there. Cross-court pass to Burton. Back to Ryan. Gets in the paint. Kicks it back out to Stikowski. Stikowski to Burton. Burton. Back to Stikowski. Stikowski thought about it, didn't. 9 on the shot clock. Stikowski inside Evan Frank. Evan Frank trying to do work and loses it out of bounds.
Yeah, he lowered his shoulder to try and turn the corner, and he got sealed off on the baseline and just lost the handle.
Connolly across the timeline. Here's Connolly now. Pulls back out, outside the three-point line. Kick out to Griegel. Over to Shapiro. Shapiro to the corner. That is down to Griegel now. Griegel into the lane. Still knotted around. A lot of contact down there. The shot from Crampton is no good.
Letting him play.
Ronald Ryan over to Austin Burton. He gets in the lane and is fouled. They're going to say that one's on the floor.
Yep.
That's on Connolly.
Good call on the floor. Definitely before he got the shot up.
Connolly's second, team's third. We're going to take another look at that here. Guess not. Ronald Ryan. Here's Stikowski.
Inbounded the ball too quick on us.
Ron, you're speeding the game up too fast. Here's Stikowski. 4-3. No good. Off the iron. And
good job by Evan Frank to keep that alive and Logan White to hustle it down.
There's a foul there. That's another one on Connolly, his third, team's fourth. Now we'll get a look at this one.
Go. Oh,
Burton
yeah, he's sliding in the way and diving at the ball.
Yep.
Easy call for the refs.
That's Connolly's third. He's leading all players with 17 points tonight.
Yeah,
Big night for him.
Wouldn't
Kick out
mind
to
him
Burton.
getting in foul
4-3.
trouble.
No good. Nice quick release, but just didn't go down. Shapiro into the lane. Blocked by Evan Frank.
He's just got such great defensive hands around the basket. We've seen that all year from the freshman.
Great instincts as well.
And also great being 6'9".
That helps a little bit.
That also is
it's a beneficial factor.
Or 6'8", sorry, listed at 6'8".
Frank no good there on the turn, and Kenyon will come away with it. Here's Griegel. Into the lane, fouled by Evan Frank, and he'll go to the line, shoot two. That is Evan's second, team's third in the half. And Griegel makes the first.
All right, and here come the two senior posts into the game. Okay, he goes, almost a travel.
It gets him on the arm a little bit, I think.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, there's arm contact there.
Griegel's second is up, and it's no good. Stakowski jumped a little early there.
Well, it didn't look like it was going to catch the rim again, but it did. I've been there.
Here's Stakowski over to Burton. Burton inside to Camrath. Back out to Burton. Fake the shot. Into the lane. Tries to put up a runner. No good. Let's see, they call that foul on.
Probably Marcus.
I would assume so. That's going to be on white number 41. That is Marcus Camrath. Marcus's first foul of the game.
Fighting hard for the offensive rebound there, as he always does.
I would like to know the last time we said Marcus Camrath's first foul came in the second half, regardless of how many minutes he played.
Looks like they're going to count on his defense here on Comey. And good contest from Marcus, and Daniel cleans it up. Those two have such good, they are just such a great combination in the post.
Well, they're great on the court, but they're also great friends off the court as well. Here's Stakowski over to Ryan. Ryan, little spin move. Back out Stakowski, 4-3. It's good!
That's a big shot right there to cut it to 1 point.
51-50 now to Kenyon.
Marcus with the little guy there.
Yeah. Marcus.
Oh, good switch with Dan there when Comey got the ball. You don't want Dan to be in the position to, with the 3 fouls.
Double dribble on Powell.
Bit of a crab dribble there.
Yep. We're going to go the other way now. Wabash come away with it. Looks like Pavlidis has stepped out to inbound the ball. Ronald Ryan over to Stakowski.
Looking inside, want to get the ball to Dan.
Here's Dan Pavlidis going to work, puts up a hook shot. It's good.
Boy, whenever he gets the opportunity, 4 of 5 from the field so far.
Schifrin back out to Crampton. 4-3. That's good as well. And Kenyon's going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here as Kenyon's lead is back up to 54-52 with 10 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in the second half. Get a good soundbite of the Wabash chant there. Fans and alumni and parents and friends of the college alike. Everybody taking part there. Find more campus and community event videos on our Wabash College YouTube channel. Best way to do that, go to youtube.com, put in the search bar Wabash College. The channel will be one of the first 2 things to pop up I promise, I've done it. So for more videos on campus, community, you can watch a lot of things, lectures, competitions, chapel talks, moot court is on there, I know, and replays of these games.
Oh, great play.
Great play from Ronald Ryan and Skowski. Check out the YouTube channel. I'm done with my live read.
Cutting backside, Stokowski just came around the pick, unguarded. Great offense from the Little Giants.
Kicked out to Comey. Over to Griegel, excuse me. Here's Powell, trying to get in the lane. Turns around, puts up a shot. It's good. And the lead extended 56 to 54 now. Kenyon retakes it. Here's Burton, inside to Pervlesis. Double team, Burton, 4-3. No good, off both irons, bounced around.
Good offense, though, from the Little Giants. He's going to make more of those than he'll miss.
Inside to Comey. Marcus Camrath playing defense. Not giving him much. Comey going to work, though. And
travel, maybe?
Maybe a travel, not really sure. That ball didn't hit the rim, so the shot clock didn't reset. Ball batted around. Safe from going out of bounds by Shapiro. 3-ball.
Oh.
And that's good. That's just
That's
unfortunate.
a killer.
Yep.
I mean, good defensive possession from the Little Giants for N-1 second.
A 29-second great defensive possession and a 1-second lapse. And that's all it took. Powell on the 3 there. Shapiro to Ron Ryan. And they're going to say that's a foul on...
I'm assuming Griegel.
Yep, Griegel for Kenyon. That would be his 4th, I believe. It is his 4th.
Oh, yeah, Griegel and
Lob both have 4.
4.
Griegel's going to head to the bench now.
And Philip Crampton back in the game.
One thing Wabash does not have, we do not have an international on the Wabash roster. Kenyon does. If we were playing international bingo, they'd win. Here's Stokowski to Burton. Johnny Jager inside to Pervlesis. Put back good by Evan Frank, though.
Again, you know, even when Dan misses, he's going to draw the attention of both bigs down in the post, and a good job by Evan Frank being on the weak side to tip that ball back in.
Here's Shapiro. Back out top to Crampton. Back to Shapiro now. Inside to Comey. Trying to work on Frank. Puts up a good shot, and that one's good for 2 points.
Good contest from Evan Frank. I mean, just tough shot.
Here's Jager to Burton. Burton trying to get clear. Gets it to Pervlesis. He's going to work on Comey. Puts up a tough shot, and he's fouled.
Fouled, yeah.
And Dan will go to the line to shoot 2.
I think I might have caught Comey in the face there with the way he's grabbing it in his nose or his front teeth, I think.
That's only Comey's first foul of the game.
Well, all the other bigs have been doing the fouling for him.
Everybody else has been handling the dirty work. And Dan misses the first. One more coming for the big man.
Let's see
yep.
here.
Yep. There's too much contact there. The second for Dan. Up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 4. Kicked out to Crampton. Crampton going to work on Burton. Oh my,
I think he was expecting a defender to be there, one of the bigs rotating over, and I think he just didn't know what to do with himself.
Here's Jager. Kicks back out to Stokowski. He's played a lot of minutes tonight. Inside to Pervlesis. Off for the glass and good.
Dan just has such great hands around the basket. I mean,
Connolly, 4-3, no good. Rebound, Comey. Kicked out to Schifrin. Kenyon will slow it down a little bit.
Almost a carry there.
Comey for 2, no good. Rebound, Evan Frank. Here's Jager to Stokowski. Inside to Evan Frank. Going to work. And that's good. Old school three-point play to
that got the president off his feet.
Oh, my. Great play by Evan Frank. And that's the first foul on Crampton, 7th-team foul, as Wabash will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
Again, just the balance from the Little Giants tonight is really impressive.
Frank's
no good.
Free throw is no good.
8 for Jager, 7 for Roy, 9 for Burton, 9 for Frank, 11 for Pavlicious, 7 for Stakowski. I mean, this is beautiful balance from the Little Giants. Oh, steps. Good defense by Evan Frank. 17 for Connolly, 9 for Schifrin, 10 for Comey.
Here's Jager. Out to Stakowski. Thought about it, didn't. Back to Jager. Inside to Pavlicious. Trying to go to work on Comey. Round and good.
I think there was a little contact across the arm there too on the spin, but ref's not in a position to see that one.
Nope. Yeah. Gotta like Pavlicious going to work on
Good,
Comey, trying to get the big man in foul trouble. Powell into the lane. Kick back out.
Well, more importantly, Comey hasn't shown the ability to be able to stop Dan when he was taking it inside. So, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Good move there from Kimball as his layup is up the glass and good.
Tie ball game. Oh, nice one-touch pass there.
Kicked around to Stakowski. 4-3.
Long.
No good. Way long.
Didn't hit the rim.
Didn't hit the rim. No new shot clock. Jager into the lane. Offensive foul.
Yeah.
Looked like he was out of control there.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at this one, see if he was in the circle.
Nope.
Just outside.
Just cleared it. Yeah. Well, I mean, we've seen that from Johnny all season. He's going to attack the paint, and he attacks aggressively. And, you know, when guys slide in front of him, that's what you're going to have to live with. But you like the desire to really just pound it at the basket.
Here's Powell over to Griegel. Griegel trying to go to work on Pavlicious. No good, almost blocked by Dan. And Wabash will come away with it. Here's Stakowski. Gets the screen from Frank. Inside to Pavlicious now. Almost triple team. And unable to get that hook shot to go. Kenyon will go the other way with it.
Yeah, he wanted the contact there. I think he just, you know, had the ball too long to get that foul called.
Powell over to Kimball.
As much as you'd like to say it shouldn't matter, I think that sort of, when you get that hesitation, the ref's going to tend to err on the side of the defender. Doesn't make it right, but it's just the way it is.
Here's Kimball. Gives it back to Comey. No good from Comey. Rebound Evan Frank. 63-63 with 4:50 to go here in the game. Here's Frank now. Frank over to Burton. It's a big game for both of these teams in the NCAC. On around to Jager. Jager into the paint to Evan Frank.
Oh,
good
good
positioning.
You know, they're looking at Dan Pavlicious on the screen and roll on the baseline, and Evan Frank sneaks right into the middle, wide open. Good layup.
Timeout, Kenyon. That's going to be a full timeout.
I believe they're out of 30s.
So we're going to take a break as well. We'll be back in just a moment. The score, Wabash 65, Kenyon 63. You're watching Wabash College Little Giant Basketball on Wabash TV. court. Derek Andre alongside Greg Dallinger. Wabash just retook the lead, 65-63, here in a crucial NCAC matchup against the Kenyon Lords. See a big stat there on your screen. Wabash leads in the rebound department 42-29. Oh my.
Evan Frank with the double-double, 11 points, 15 rebounds.
It's a huge stat line for Wabash. Here's Connolly trying to get in the lane, puts up a shot. It's good off the glass. 19 points for Connolly. Jager crosses the timeline. Tie ball game here in Chadwick. Jager from the free throw line, no good. Rebound Connolly. Schifrin into the lane, kicks back out to Kimball. Kimball into the lane, trying to work on Duncan Roy. And he walks.
Whew. Good defense from the Little Giants.
Just a tiny travel.
Oh, looks like we have Alex Lobb coming back into the game.
For all those who have tuned into our game instead of the AFC divisional game, I'll give you a score because I'm curious to know what it is. New England leads the Kansas City Chiefs 27-13 with 7:45 to go in the fourth quarter.
Oh, Dan just lost the handle on that one. That's their gunner.
Free ball for Kimball, that's good. Burton now, top of the key, gets in the lane, kicks out to Jager. Makes a man miss, into the lane, blocked. Covered by Evan Frank, and a great play by Evan Frank there. Wabash takes a timeout. That's a full timeout. We'll take another break as well. Here with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in this game. Wabash down by 1, 68-67. You're watching live Little Giants basketball here on Wabash TV.
Division III schools offer academic scholarships instead of athletic scholarships. This really puts the focus that the student athlete needs to maintain that GPA.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III. A lot of people pick schools just based on the sport and don't get that experience.
Being a Division III athlete and developing my leadership skills has definitely put my name out there and helped me get more recognition on campus, but more recognition nationwide. I did win the Jostens Trophy, which is based on leadership, academics, and then how well you do on the court.
I'm also the Schwartz Scholar of my class. Schwartz Scholarship is basically a scholarship that is given to a student who's identified as a likely leader.
In the end of the day, it won't matter how they play on the field, it will matter how they do in the classroom.
Back here in Chadwick Court, Derek Andre alongside Greg Dallinger. And we got a real barn burner here in the NCAC. 3:08 to go in the game. Wabash trails by 1 to the visiting Kenyon Lords. This is the only NCAC game in action currently. Worcester and Wittenberg just about to tip off, I believe, at 7:30.
Yes, 7:30 in Springfield.
Ooh, Springfield. Here's Connolly. Gets back out to Schifrin, back to Connolly now. He's their playmaker. Inside to Kami. Kami trying to work on Frank.
Travel?
Travel, they're going to call a foul. And he'll shoot 2.
Might have been some steps there.
Yep.
I mean, that's good fighting from Evan Frank. There's nothing he can do about that. I mean, that's exactly how you're supposed to play.
Kami
81%
shoot
free throw
2
shooter.
now. First one is up, and it's good. And Kenyon's going to pull everybody out.
Let's see here.
We're going to take a replay at that. Yeah, you can see the pivot foot.
I think he dragged his pivot foot on that one.
The pivot foot moved early. Excuse me. Either way, the referee didn't call it.
Saw the body, bailed him out.
Wabash trails 70-67 now with just about
also
2
worth
minutes
noting
40
that
seconds.
Comey's a senior and Frank is a freshman.
Yeah, that helps. Here's Burton into the lane. Trying to go, gets the ball to Pervlesis. He's the playmaker. Outside to Jager. Jaeger over to Burton. Thought about it, didn't. Into the lane. Puts up a tough shot, no good. Rebound.
I'm not
Schifrin.
sure Evan wasn't pushed in the back when he was trying to rebound that. All right, got to get a stop here.
Yep, this is crucial timing for the Little Giants. Here's Schifrin. Gets the high key. High post, excuse me.
Almost turned that one over.
Kimball now. Driving in the lane, trying to do work on Duncan Roy. Can't do it. Rebound. Duncan Roy.
Good defense by Duncan Roy.
And they're going to call Connolly for the foul. That's Connolly's, should be Connolly's 4th. He picked up 3 in about a 20-second span earlier.
What good job by Duncan Roy, keeping on his feet, shuffling back and forth, hands high, forces him into the tough shot. You know, Kimball's their three-point shooter. He misses the tough shot. Because his hands are high, he can get the rebound.
Duncan Roy's first is up, and it's good.
And makes the front end of the 1-and-1.
And he'll shoot the bonus. Duncan, typically a very good free throw shooter, misses the second. Announcer's curse, I suppose.
84% for the year.
Here's Connolly. Into the lane, kicks out. On to Schifrin. Schifrin now, 4-3. No good off the iron, rebounded by Evan Frank, and he lost it out of bounds. That's too bad.
Yeah, I think it took a little bit of a weird bounce there, and he was already in the air to get it. And you'll live with that. Schifrin's 1 of 6 from 3 for the game.
Here's Connolly trying to get in the lane. Kicks it, ball out to Schifrin now. He's going to collect himself.
Run the time. They're going to run clock here.
As to be expected. Here's Kimball. Over to Connolly, a seasoned Kenyon team against a very young
Little
Giants
good
team.
hand from Evan Frank there to poke that away from.
Kimball thrown away. Doesn't cross the timeline though. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 4. Connolly for 3.
No.
He's fouled and 1. Oh my. What a play. Basket counts, and Connolly will have a chance for a 4-point play.
Again, you know, good defense by the Little Giants for almost the whole clock. They almost force a backcourt violation. He comes up, throws up a 3.
And you foul him.
And he's a good free throw shooter.
Connolly for the 4-point play, misses the shot.
Well, at least there's that.
The lead stays at 5. Jaeger now, into the lane. Tries to put up a tough one, it goes. And Wabash is going to take a quick timeout, down 3. Looks like Priest, the head coach for Kenyon, he's not happy, and I'm not even really sure what he's unhappy about. 30 seconds.
It's somebody stepping into the lane when he was shooting the free throw there.
30-second timeout to Wabash. We'll keep it here.
Or something about free throws.
Both teams are in the bonus with 1:05 to go here in the game. 65 seconds to play. Wabash trails by 3. 73-70 to the Lords of Kenyon. Greg, what do the Little Giants need to do right now to...
Well, you know, the clock's not your friend, but you're definitely getting another possession. So just play tough defense, get the ball back, and then see where it goes from there. The Lords 6 of 9 from 3 in the second half. That's what's really been keeping them in it.
You saw it flash up on your screen for a moment. If you want to watch these games at home or on your mobile device, tune it. Actually, click in your URL, put in the URL wabash.edu/live. That's wabash.edu/live.
You got to figure Connolly's going to be the one. Oh, that's a terrible call.
Cheap. That is a cheap foul.
Where has that been all game?
And Connolly's going to shoot 1 in bonus.
I mean, I get that there's contact there, but if you're not calling that, ball don't lie.
Connolly,
you're not
ball
calling,
don't lie.
You're not calling that all game, and then all of a sudden that little, I mean, it's
right
the same
there,
play there.
Same play.
It's the exact same
Inside
play.
to Pervlesis, trying
And
to go to work, and tons of contact down low. No foul, says the referee.
You know, it's just I don't understand.
I do not get calling that foul on Pervlesis and not calling it underneath here.
Yeah.
I will not understand that for the life of me. Either way, here's
you
Schifrin
got to play tough
Kenyon.
here.
And he's got a lane to the basket, high off the glass, no good, bounced around, rebound to Comey, and That's going to extend the Kenyon lead to 5. Jager gets fouled by Connolly. That's his 5th, and he's
he
displeased.
better watch himself there and not get a technical foul here.
Yeah,
slamming the court, showing up the officials. Not a good decision from the young man.
He's not pleased. That's his 5th foul. Yeah, that is Connolly's 5th. Surely, that one.
It's 1-1, so the sub's got to come in before the free throw.
Yes. That was on Connolly. I don't think they can argue that wasn't on Connolly. Johnny, typically a good free throw shooter, 81%, on the year. He needs to make both of these for the Little Giants to have much of a prayer, and he misses the front end. And that's another foul. That one's on Alex Lobb. That's his 5th foul.
Yep.
He doesn't like that one. Ben Stikowski will go to the line with 15.8 seconds to go.
He's fighting for the rebound there and just.
Hey, that's the second person to foul out for Kenyon. We'll see if it's too little, too late for Wabash. Stikowski needs to make both of these.
Kenyon's coach asking if that's the right shooter.
Makes the front end.
Timeout.
Coach. Timeout Wabash. 30-second timeout. We will stay here with it with just under 16 seconds to play in the game. Wabash trails by 4 with Stikowski with one more. The second half of the 1-and-1 to come. Unfortunately, Greg, it's going to take a minor miracle.
Yeah, well, it's a tough call when you get the. If you call the touch foul on Pavlicius there at the end, then you got to call him getting mugged under the basket down here. Now, granted, Daniel's the best free throw shooter in the world, but, 1-2 on a 2-shot foul totally changes the complexion of this end game. So, I don't know. It's tough to referee, but obviously, it's not just a one-possession thing, but I don't know. It's just tough for the Little Giants. And like I said, it comes back to that possession where they 2 times this half.
Stikowski makes both. It's a 1-possession game now. Wabash.
2 times this half, they've had 29-second defensive possessions that have ended up with 6 points for the Lords in a 3-point game.
The trap there low, and they're going to say Stikowski fouled.
Oh, you never get a held ball there.
No.
Unless it's really, really obvious.
Nope. Stikowski fouls. Who's going to go to the line now?
Kimball, I believe, who has yet to attempt a free throw this year.
He is
0% from the line.
Wow.
0 for 0.
I think that's
Yeah, Tyler Kimball.
Statistics, all games. How about that?
But he's a 43% three-point shooter, so I would posit he's probably a good free
yes,
throw shooter.
I would imagine that he feels very comfortable shooting the basketball. But this is a big moment. 14.3 seconds to go, and he makes the front end. That makes it a 2-possession ball game now. You get a good look there at President Greg Hess and his wife Laura Hess. John Pachter next to him, class of I believe 73. Kimball makes both, and we'll have another timeout. Full timeout to Kenyon.
3 foul 3 and hope they only make 1. That's the way back in.
May as well keep it here.
Yeah.
We got a minute to kill, but 14.3 seconds to go. It's a 5-point ball game.
Boy, what a change for Kimball. Went from being 0% from the line to 100% from the line.
That is a great
like
night
that.
for the young man.
Well, you got to figure he's going to be a good free throw shooter if he's that good a 3-point shooter. Usually those two are fairly well correlated.
If current form holds, Wabash would move to 2-6 in the NCAC. And you hate to say it this early, Greg, but it's going to be a long uphill battle for the Little Giants to try to make the conference tournament
and
this year.
there's so many good things that they do, offensively. They have spurts of just brilliance when they play, and so it just comes down to putting together 40 minutes, and sort of the microcosm of the season is those 2 possessions for Kenyon. They play great defense for 25, 26, 27 seconds, ended up with, I believe, 3-pointers both times, 5 or 6 points, which is the difference in the game, is those 2 possessions. And yeah, you hate to say, oh, it was this possession or oh, it was that possession when there's 72 points, you know, but it's just at those moments, finishing those 2 possessions out.
Well, if Wabash could have 4 seconds take 4 seconds off of the shot clock today, it'd be a 1-point game in favor of the Little Giants. But credit to Kenyon, they hit 2 huge shots whenever they needed to hit him. Burton gets in the lane, puts up a runner, no good, rebound,
and again,
Comey. Yeah, lots of contact up top, and Comey's gonna go to the foul line now. That's the 9th team foul for the Little Giants.
Well, and
10th team foul, so Kenyon's in the double bonus now as well.
Well, in the first half, Wabash 12 and 19 from the line. In the second half, 4 and 9. Kenyon 6 and 10 in the second half from 1 and 2 in the first half.
Comey's first is up, and it's no good off the front iron. Bounced around a few times, tried to go in for him.
It's probably about 3-point time for the Little Giants.
Yep, you got to figure you're going to be shooting it now. Comey's second is up and good. Jager will push the pace, cross the timeline. Got to figure he's going to be pulling the trigger. And he's fouled with 2.5 seconds to go. He'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Yep.
If he can make all 3, well, it's 2.5 seconds, probably not enough time, but
Wabash always fights.
Maybe they can make things interesting. I think this has been a closer game than this ending would indicate, as Johnny makes the first of 3. We'll take a look at that foul there. Yep, Jager.
Pump fake. Oh, toes way behind the line.
Yeah,
yep, right across
pretty clearly on the arms, as Johnny makes his second. Coach Brummett is going to take a timeout. That's a full timeout. Again, we'll keep it here for the full minute.
Yep. Hope you make this one quick foul and run your bring Christian Leitner out from the stands, put him on the free throw line.
For more information on what it takes to become a Wabash man, visit our website at wabash.edu. You can find all the relevant statistics and information on how to apply and why you should attend this college. I made this decision. I would love for anyone else to do the same. It's been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, if not the best. As a graduating senior, I feel sentimental every time I make this live read. So again, for more information on what it takes to come here and become a Wabash man, please, please, please visit our website at wabash.edu. 2.5 seconds to go here in the game. Jager has one more shot. Get a good look there at the 2 youngest members of the Wabash College pep band.
See, everyone's getting involved.
All ages. I believe that Dr. Hartnett is in the Dr. Jeremy Hartnett Wabash class of some year. I'm not sure which one.
99 maybe?
99, 2000, somewhere in there. 01. Somewhere around the turn of the millennium. Johnny will shoot one more. Makes all 3. And it's a 3-point game with 2.5 seconds to go. And a quick foul by Stikowski. That'll send Powell to the line.
66.7% free throw shooter on the year, 12 of 18.
Got to assume he'll make at least one. Powell puts up the first. It's good.
And that'll do it.
That should end this one. As Kenyon's coach will take a timeout. That's a little interesting.
Not sure the
Dan
point of that.
Priest takes this one. Another full timeout. We've kept it here this long. We may as well talk to you some more, right, Greg?
Might as well.
79-75 here in Chadwick Court. 1.8 seconds to go in the game. This has been the longest final minute of basketball I have ever been a direct part of. Most certainly.
The Ohio Wesleyan game a couple years ago was longer, but anytime you have to sort out like 5 technical fouls and a couple ejections and whatever
Nah,
on the monitor at the end. That will string it out.
Well, there's your big number tonight for Wabash, 17 turnovers
Versus
in the game.
7 to Kenyon. And only 2 turnovers in the second half for Kenyon. 2 second-half turnovers. I mean, granted, the Little Giants only had 7 in the second half, but 10 with the first half. I mean, 17-7, you know, the turnovers have been a problem for the Little Giants all year, and when you're in a 1-2 possession game, 10 more turnovers is just going to kill you.
We encourage you to stay with us after the game. We'll have we'll do the post-game show here on Wabash TV. We'll try to hunt down head coach Kyle Brummett, get his thoughts here after the game. Greg will give you some parting words, and I'll say thank you for watching. So, yeah, tune in, stay with us after the game. Don't shut us off that quickly, and we'll have the post-game show. Burton's final shot is no good. We're going to take a 30-second break. Be right back with head coach Kyle Brummett. Might be a minute. We don't know. Depends on how much long it takes for me to get him over here. Final score here in Crawfordsville. Kenyon Lords 80, the Little Giants 75. You've been watching a production of Wabash TV. That's Little Giants college basketball. Stay with us for the postgame show right after this. Back here with the postgame show, I'm Derek Andre. I've got head coach Kyle Brummett here with me after the Little Giants' 80-75 loss to the Kenyon Lords. Coach, you just had a chance to look over the stats after the game, and you've obviously been coaching the whole time. Any first thoughts just seeing the stat sheet?
Free throws. I mean, we did a lot of good stuff to get to the line 31 times and not to cash in is, you know, in a game that's this close, you should be playing with the lead. You know, when you get to the line 31 times, you got to make them pay. And we clearly didn't do that today. I'm sure the turnover number is high. I think it was actually better in the second half than it was in the first half. But, you know, it was pretty woeful shooting in here today. I don't think either team shot it very well. And, you know, at least on our end, definitely won't speak for them, but on our end, you know, I don't think there was a whole lot of good excuses for it. You know, we got some good looks. We didn't knock them in. And, you know, in this league, you're going to have to shoot better than 44% from the field, 30% from the three-point line, and 60% from the free throw line. I mean, it's just not going to get it done.
Coach, you had a couple possessions late in the second half where you got the shot clock down to 1 or 2 seconds and then ended up giving up the three-point line.
Yeah.
You know, was those just defensive
Crucial.
breakdowns? Just you know, what happened there?
I don't know. We'll have to go back and look at the film. But, you know, I think one time the ball was loose and it popped to them and, you know, we just weren't tight enough. You know, I'm not exactly sure without looking at the film. But, you know, those are definitely back-breaking possessions. You guard for the you know, 25 plus, and then, you know, you're doing a good job and you don't finish it off. You know, that was a lot of the game. You know, we did good things and then we didn't finish it off.
Evan Frank, though, one high point, 16 rebounds and 13 points in the game. Talk a little bit about what he's meant to this team since Marcus Camrath going down to injury earlier in the season.
Well, you know, like all of our freshmen, a lot of our freshmen, he's had to take on more responsibility than he's probably thought he might. Maybe he didn't, but probably more than any of our young guys are ready for. And, you know, Evan has played really well, thrust into a starting role, playing 30-some minutes a game. And you know, we're to the point where we're counting on them more than we probably should be. So he's doing a great job. All of our freshmen are doing a really good job. You know, they just aren't quite ready to win these tough ones, and we need our older guys to play a little better to bail them out some.
Coach, any last thoughts for us before we let you go?
How many people would we have watching today?
I don't know.
We had a good crowd in here tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
you know,
Coach, hey,
stick with us. There's my last thought. Stick with us. All right. We're going to keep getting better. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for your time, Coach. We're going to get Greg Dallinger back in here, see if we can get some last thoughts from him. And we've got him now, as you see the final score there, Kenyon 80, Wabash 75. Greg, you have any parting words for the folks at home?
Well, you know, I mean, this Little Giant team, they fight hard. They're in every game. Lots of freshmen on the roster, so it takes some time to get used to playing together and to get used to playing in the conference. But, you know, I really think that this team is so close to just turning that corner. And, you know, when they make the conference tournament, I wouldn't want to be playing them because they've got a lot of senior leadership, lots of size. And if they put it all together, it's going to be a tough team to beat.
We'll run through some quick post-game stats right here. Tim Connolly, he led all scorers with 22 points. He had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Kimball had 13 for Kenyon. Comey had 15 for the Lords of Kenyon.
Here's
and
the official
Matt
print.
Schifrin had 19 to, had 9 in the game. Alexander Powell also had 9 in the game. For Wabash, they were led by a trio of players, Dan Pervlisis, Johnny Jager, and Evan Frank each had 13 points. Ben Stakowski and Duncan Roy had 9, Austin Burton had 9, Duncan Roy had 8 in a productive outing for the freshman. Evan Frank, though, huge on the glass tonight, 16 rebounds, 11 defensive, 5 offensive. That was more than anybody else in the game. Brian Comey for Kenyon had 13 rebounds, 10 defensive, 3 offensive. It was a productive night for a lot of people, but I think the big number, Greg, and I think you'd agree with this, Dan Pervlisis only played 21 minutes tonight.
Yeah, he had problems with fouls in the game, and, you know, he's the most important person on the whole offense, and when he's only in the game 21 minutes, it's really hard for this Little Giant team. And, you know, that's going to make a several points difference if you have him on the floor for 9-10 more minutes. So, you know, that one's tough for the Little Giants. Evan Frank stepped up big in his absence. You know, and great balance. I mean, 6 guys with over 8 points. You love the balance from the Little Giants, but, you know, again, it's a 5-point game, so it's going to be really close. So, you know, turnovers, anytime you're in a close game, the turnovers always kill you. And, again, it comes with a young, inexperienced team. You have a freshman point guard. He's trying to make big plays. You know, it's not passive turnovers. A lot of them are aggressive turnovers where it's an offensive foul or you're looking for the open man on the break. So those are something that if you get that taken care of is going to lead not only to not a turnover but to points for your team. So,
well, folks, that'll about do it for those of us here in Crawfordsville. For everybody out in the truck, our technical director, Austin Myers, our replay operator, Ryan Carnes, our camera number 1, our camera guys, actually, Dominic Rivers, Kendall Baker, and Tu Win. And the graphics and audio engineer, the man, the myth, and the legend. There's Kendall right there. You see him. Great shot of him shooting someone else.
There's the camera guy.
There's Dominic right there. And for the man, the myth, the legend, Adam Phipps. Also, for Greg Dallinger, I am Derek Andre. I want to congratulate, before we go, I want to congratulate Kendall and Austin. Way to make it through comps, guys. We survived. We all survived. We're done. We're going to pass. We're going to graduate. Thank the Lord. This has been a copyright presentation of the Wabash College Media Center. It may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of the Wabash College Media Center. For everyone I just mentioned and Greg Dallinger, I am Derek Andre. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please stay with us. Tune in Wednesday night. It's going to be a great one against DePaul.
Big game.
Big game. Signing off. Thank you again. Good night, everybody.